Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Dasha and today I thought it would be fun to do a recap of the first episode of season 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Now just a bit about my history with Drag Race. I started watching since about season 7, where you had all those iconic queens like Trixie Mattel, Katya, Violet Chachki, Ginger Minj. But then since then I've sort of been kind of spotty in my watching history. Like I haven't seen seasons 9 and 10, but have tuned into the last 2 seasons of the show. So let's go. So in the first episode of the season, we were all pretty much thrown for a loop where RuPaul decided to make the girls lip sync from the get-go for their lives and head-to-head battles, and with one staying and one leaving the competition, or so we think. Now let's take a look at the contestants. So we have Gottmik from Los Angeles, who's 23. She is the first trans contestant on the show. Then we have Candy Muse, who's 25 from New York City. We have Lala Ree, who's 30 from Atlanta, Georgia. We have Olivia Lux, who's 26 from Brooklyn, New York. And she's one of the newer queens who's only been doing drag for about a year and a half, so she explained on the show. We have Simone, who's 25 from Los Angeles, but she has expressed that she's from Arkansas originally. Then we have Denali, who's 28 from Chicago and Illinois. She's the ice skating queen of the season, is very proficient in the sport. Then we have Elliot with 2 T's, who's 26 from Las Vegas. We have also sort of a new queen, Joey J, who's 30 from Phoenix, Arizona. We have Kimora Hall, who's 28 from Chicago, Illinois, and she is the house sister of the previous season winner of RuPaul's Drag Race, Jada Essence Hall. We have Rose, who's 31 from New York City as well. We have Tamisha Iman, who's 42 from Atlanta, Georgia. And we have Utica Queen, who's 25 from Minneapolis, Minnesota. So the matchups, how they were put together. So the matchups and how they were put together were, we had Candy Muse go against Joey J, where they lip synced to Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen. I quite enjoyed that performance. I love the song anyway, and I definitely thought Candy deserved the win for that one. I think her performance was just more nuanced and interesting, more well put together. And yeah, Joey J was just a little bit underwhelming, so I definitely see why the win went to Candy in that instance. Then we had Denali and Lala Ree lip sync to When I Grow Up by the Pussycat Dolls. I actually thought Denali should have won that lip sync battle just because she was out there on skates, on figure skating skates, and all of the contestants, they weren't prepared to do this lip sync for your life. And what she was doing on the skates, including cartwheels, was just amazing to see. So I actually thought she did really well compared to Lala Ree, but the win went to Lala Ree in the end. Then we had Simone and Tamisha Iman face off to The Pleasure Principle by Janet Jackson. Now when Simone walked out and started the song, I was just so entranced by her. She is such a sweet person, it seemed. I really enjoyed her performance. It was transportive, it was transcendent. I was really feeling the fantasy on that one, and she's actually my favorite in the competition thus far. I really enjoyed that performance. But yes, Simone ended up winning that one over Tamisha. Then we had Gottmik and Utica Queen face off to Rumors by Lindsay Lohan. I actually thought they were both a bit weak in their performances. I know Gottmik, I think, doesn't have or isn't that confident doing lip sync performances yet. Um, and I think I actually enjoyed Utica's performance more, even though yeah, it wasn't that great of a performance in my opinion, but Gottmik ended up winning in the end. I really liked her look that she displayed, and her makeup is absolutely amazing. Then we had Rose face off with Olivia Lux, and they lip synced to X's and O's by Elle King. Olivia Lux ended up winning the performance. It was quite close. I think in some instances I actually preferred Rose, but I'm okay with Olivia Lux winning as well. I think Rose was a little bit sort of pissed off that she didn't win that one, and knowing that Olivia Lux isn't that of a seasoned performer compared to her, so she was pretty bitter getting off that stage. And then lastly, we had a threesome performance. Just because there were only three other contestants left to lip sync, and they were put together to do a lip sync performance of Lady Marmalade. And those performers were Tina Burner, Kamara Hall, and Elliot with two T's. I thought they all did a very good job. I think Tina Burner just slayed the house down. She was very much my favorite. She's such a big personality. She's also quite tall as well, so a very demanding, kind of daunting presence. But she's really, really fun. And I actually think that Elliot with two T's is kind of a dark horse. I think she has some really. I think she has some cards up, some tricks up her sleeve because she is a dancer. So I can't wait to see her progression within the show. I thought Kamara Hall was actually the yeah kind of the weakest link. In the performance, they didn't split up their parts in any way as the song goes. But even though she was wearing like an authentic Anthony Mackie dress. I thought I kind of the outfit with the big hair and this beautiful dress. It was kind of wearing her, and she didn't really stand out. So I actually thought she was the most underwhelming of the evening. So then, once all the performances are finished, we're pretty much left with half of the competition eliminated. And that's not how it's supposed to go. And RuPaul basically announces that all of the queens that have lost the lip sync battles, they will have to amongst themselves basically decide who to vote off, so one person to vote off within that losing group. So everyone's confused, as am I, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode. um, I also kind of tuned into the first episode of Untucked as well, just because I saw a clip of Simone's backstory, and now that I'm a fan of hers, I kind of wanted to know a little bit more about her. So yeah, got to know her history a bit more about her time growing up in Arkansas, and how the character of Simone saved her in a sense, because she was quite a lonely and depressed teenager. And then we get a little bit more information on the supposed beef between Rose and Tina Burner, who are both New York queens. So I think that will be expanded on as the season goes on. But I'm also curious to find out, yeah, as to why they have this kind of beef between each other. Another thing that I also watch is the Pit Stop YouTube show, which is hosted by Trixie Mattel this season. I think they only have one host per season. But yeah, she hosted this episode with Shea Coulee, who is the season 5 All Star winner. And it's always fun seeing Trixie. She's one of my favorite drag queens out there. And I really enjoyed their critiques. They're always constructive, of course. They know it all, and I appreciated their opinions on all of the lip syncs and everyone's appearance and everything like that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Who are your favorites? Just off the back of this first episode, and who you maybe thought was the most underwhelming of the episode. Can't wait to see, yeah, what happens next in the show. What other challenges there will be in store this season. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.